Hi everyone. Sorry about everything's kind of messy right now. We were out of town, and so I'm just sort of getting back and into the swing of things. And sorry about the kind of bad lighting. I guess it's coming from that direction, but I'm just trying to find an easy spot in my room to get this video done. So this is week 4 in the 28-day to younger skin challenge. And so last week was boosting up water intake, and it was actually a lot easier than I thought to get the minimum 32 ounces of water a week, or a day, I should say. Notices in my skin, notable notices in my skin. Number one, a lot of the extreme dryness has gone away. So what that was telling me is that I was dehydrating my skin by not getting enough water. It's also definitely looking brighter and clearer, and it's softer and nicer. I think I'm probably going to have to break down and go out and buy a different scrub. The one that I was using that I talked about in the week 2, week 3 combo video is every time I use it, it just really sort of dries my skin out. It's just too much for my skin. My skin still is too dry and sensitive for that particular scrub. So I think I'm just going to have to break down and get a different one. My skin, it feels great, but it takes a couple days for some of that dryness to go away, which makes getting the balance of other products like my moisturizer and my sunscreen and my makeup, sort of getting that balance a little bit harder. The other thing that I noticed too is that the foundation that I was using is now too moisturizing for my skin, because it's really great for like really dry skin, but my skin is not as dry as it was, and I'm noticing that I'm having to powder more often. So between the regular exfoliating and getting the 32 ounces of water a day has made a huge dramatic change in my skin. Also, the little fine line little creasy places underneath my in the under part of my skin are starting to soften without using any over-the-counter product. So week 4 is called Look at the Big Picture. So this is talking about instead of just focusing on the skin on our face, starting to focus on the skin that is any skin that's exposed to the sun or to the elements. So number one thing that it talks about is protect and serve. And I'm just going to kind of read this again. If you didn't catch this from the beginning, this is from the Allure January 2013 magazine. So it says, as with your face, the most important move is to apply sunscreen to your hands and neck every day, which is true. I didn't even really in the habit. I didn't put any sunscreen out. I didn't put any sunscreen in my arms, and my son and I were out for a couple hours today. We just ran out of the house. So it says, remember the half teaspoon rule? Well, I can't do quite that much on my face. It just won't all absorb, and it starts to kind of sit and ball up. But this says, squeeze out a second one for the rest of your exposed skin and get rubbing. It also says, if you tend to wash your hands a lot during the day, keep a tube of lotion spiked with SPF in your handbag. So that's a good reminder, because it's very easy to get sun damage, and nothing looks worse than sun damage, décolleté, and saggy and crinkly. So it's important to protect that, and also your hands, because this area, décolleté, and the hands can age you faster than anything else. I mean, think about it. Some of these women in Hollywood have amazing faces, but you look at their chest or you look at their hands and they are wrinkled, and you can just tell their age from that. So then it says, next, treat accordingly. It says you do not need products specifically made for the neck or décolletage. Face creams can do double duty, so don't apply stopping So don't stop applying your nighttime retinol or morning antioxidant when you hit your jawline. And wipe the remainder on the backs of your hands. So, I mean, I always use moisturizer down my neck anyway, but I've never thought about using the same one on my neck or the back of my hands. So that's a good, um, that is a good tip. So I'm going to go through and do some extra tips that are in this article that I didn't really go over in the last one. Let's see. To help with your skin, it talks about updating your makeup bag. So 4 things that it recommends is always curl your lashes because the lashes get thinner and straighter, which I have noticed that especially with mine. It recommends trying Latisse, but I've heard if you have, unless you have brown eyes, you do not want to use Latisse because otherwise it will cause brown spots or completely change the color of your eye to brown. So unless you care about that happening, Latisse really isn't the best thing for lighter colored eyes. Number 2, it says add color strategically. It says you can stop smiling like a maniac when you apply your blush. So they recommend, it says we lose a lot of fat in our faces as we age, and they recommend applying a tint along your newly prominent cheekbones. I don't really have that issue yet. I apply blush a little bit differently every day depending on how the look is, but it's something to think about. Number 3, it says pick a pencil. As you get older, eyeliner is a necessity. And it talks about lining along the lash line and thickening and winging it outward a bit at the end for a tiny lift, which is great because I like to do wing liner anyway. And then number 4, it says get damp. It says after applying makeup, take a clean, wet makeup sponge and wring it out. Press it gently all over the face, avoiding the eye area. It blends, softens, and removes excess makeup beautifully. Another thing that you can do is, I know like Avion makes a misting spray, or any kind of setting spray is really great. Even rose water, like toner, spray toner is really great. It kind of does the same thing. It helps meld all the makeup together. And it also helps if it looks too cakey or powdery. It'll kind of give you that natural look again. Okay, so another tip is to try a retinoid. Retinoid is basically vitamin A, a high-level vitamin A product. It will help to smooth skin, unclog pores, stimulate collagen growth, and reduce wrinkles. Basically what it does is it helps the skin to exfoliate. It talks about make it a routine in the evening. Wash with a gentle cleanser. Wait a minute. Smooth on a retinol cream or serum. This recommends Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Serum. Neutrogena is not cruelty free, so if that's something that's a concern of you, there are definitely products out there. Boots has a face serum that has retinoid. Yeah, I think it's considered it's not retinol, but I think it says retinoid has it in it, and I think it's around $23 or $24 for a tube of that. It says if your skin is sensitive, decrease to every 3rd night and apply the retinol to dry skin and or dilute it with a dot of moisturizer. Then it says to apply with care to prevent irritation. Do not use retinoids for 24 hours before or after waxing, exfoliating, or getting a peel, which is very true. And also always use your SPF every day because retinols leave skin more susceptible to burning. So whenever I exfoliate, I don't use anything extra like anti-aging products on my skin. I just use my moisturizer because I find that it ends up just being too much. If you are very dry skin, another thing that talks about is getting a cool mist humidifier. Using a water filter in your shower. The cool mist humidifier will help to rehydrate your skin. And the water filter will help remove harsh minerals from the water that can be dry and stripping to the skin. And then lastly, let's see, it talks about fattening up. And what that means is it says need an excuse to make guacamole. So the good fats in avocado help to boost skin radiance, and they have other health benefits. We all know that. So a little bit of guacamole um, is good for you. It also recommends, if you're not a big guacamole fan, olive oil, flaxseed, and it says eat an ounce of nuts most day or a fatty fish 3 times a week. Those are all great skin boosters. And then lastly, it says get supple for $4.99. Seriously. And it talks about the next time you're at Whole Foods or maybe any grocery store picking up safflower, not sunflower, but safflower. I want to make sure that I get that through. Safflower oil and stick it in your bathroom. It says it's packed with lanolic acid, which your body uses to make ceramides, which is a key part of healthy skin barrier. Didn't know that. And they recommend slicking on a capful while you're still wet from the shower. So, and then I guess, I don't know, patting it off from there. So, the goal for this week is to, obviously I didn't do it today because I'm just now getting to doing this video tonight. So, excuse me. So the goal for the rest of this week is going to be using sunscreen on any exposed parts of the skin, making sure to moisturize the neck, the décolleté, and the hands every day. So that's that, and I will get with you next week and go over all my final thoughts on this and all my final, like, what my skin's doing and how it's doing, and if any of you are doing this along with me, definitely let me know what you think at the end of this, if you think it was good. I think it has been really good so far, and it's not anything that I'm going to stop doing at the end of next week. It'll definitely just be continuing on. So anyways, that is that. And after the series is done, I don't know what will be up next. I have a bunch of stuff that I've bought and that I need to get to doing some videos on and demos and that kind of thing. So yeah. So hopefully next time I will be with better lighting and better space for these videos, but I was just too lazy after being gone all weekend to find a better spot to set up. So anyways, that's it, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you're all doing well. Bye.